Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Sagittarius placements, there may be a message in here for you. So Sagittarius, bit of a tough energy that I'm getting, so just take it if it resonates. If not, then it's not your reading today. So the energy that I'm receiving is that you may be dealing with sort of like a trauma bond kind of energy in a relationship, in whatever way, so whatever area of your life this relates to. Could be work, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be romantic. Just take it how it resonates. But the energy that I was getting is that maybe, because I actually feel like for you, this is a really positive experience where you're healing some sort of trauma that you've experienced in the past. But it may at the same time, because healing is not always easy and healing is not always pleasant, where the healing aspect of whatever this is may be showing you where there may have been a trauma bond that was formed. And so I don't really want to go into the details of this. If this message is for you, then you will already know who and what this relates to. But I feel like it's something where it's like, maybe you're being sort of like confronted with an energy that is not serving you anymore. It may actually be taking from you energetically in whatever way, and it's like wanting to dissolve that or detach from that relationship or bond or whatever it is, because it's not serving you. And it may actually be taking from you or taking you away from something that you want to be going towards. And I feel like you're in this process, Sagittarius, where you're kind of like deciding what to do next or how to navigate this situation, or like what it is that you need to do in this case, because I feel like there's something here where it's almost like I'm seeing the Two of Swords, like you have two options here, but I feel like you are already leaning towards the right option. It's just kind of like, because I'm kind of getting this energy of like healed versus unhealed, and the unhealed is where there's a trauma bond. And so when you do your healing, because I feel like you're in this place where you are doing healing, when you experience the healing energy, it highlights the unhealed relationship or dynamic or the trauma bond. And it's like having to like choose the healed dynamics or options or places or people or situations. So having to choose the healed ones and dissolve the unhealed trauma bond relationship. And I feel like you're in the middle of that process. That's how it's coming through to me. You may be even receiving assistance from a healed relationship, or like a relationship that is that represents healed energy, is just how it's coming through. You may be receiving assistance from that dynamic in order to help you to dissolve the trauma bond energy that may be taking from you. I feel like as well there's something where because I am seeing the Two of Swords. Like it's kind of like holding two truths at the same time that conflict with one another. But there's something here where it's like the more you heal, the less power this trauma bond has over you. That's how it's coming through. So whatever that is for you, I'm not going to go into details or specifics. That will be up to you to discern and identify for yourself. I'm just going to leave that like that, Sagittarius. The good news is, though, is that I feel like there is a representation of a very healed or healing dynamic that is coming in to support you in whatever this energy is for you. That's how it's coming through. I feel like there's something here of like unconditional love that's coming through, like as a healed energy. where it's like, I feel like there's something where the trauma bond energy has taken more from you than you are comfortable giving. And it could be something of like having to maintain boundaries with this energy, or removing it from your space in whatever way, or just not allowing it into your energetic field or whatever that is. I feel like you're in the process of dealing with that in whatever way that is for you. Okay. I'm going to pull a card from the Starcodes Astro Oracle. Another thing about this trauma bond, I know I said I wasn't going to go into it, but just being conscious of like, if this relationship may be highlighted to you as like someone who's in a victim mentality. So it's kind of like, if they feel you pulling away, they may enter into sort of like a victim mentality, right? To try and get you or get something from you or whatever it is. So just being conscious of that. Like they may emphasize pain, or they may emphasize the fact that they need something from you, or they may use shame or guilt in order to sort of whatever it is, like pull on your energy. So just being conscious of that. That's what you're breaking free from. Okay, I'm gonna pull Starcodes Astro Oracle for Sagittarius. Ooh, yeah. You have Solar Calm, Clarify, and Jupiter Abundance, which is really lovely. Okay. Solar Calm, Clarify. That's a really positive card because I feel like, and you have Venus at the bottom of the deck, which is lovely. Venus is in retrograde at the moment in Aries. So I feel like that's actually beneficial energy for you, Sagittarius. But there may be something here of relationships, of course, are highlighted, but there may be something about getting a strong Gemini energy now, which is interesting because that's your opposite. Anyways, relationships are highlighted, but also there may be something from the past in relationships that's coming back around in order to resolve it. That's usually how I experience retrogrades, where like past things come back around. It's time to integrate the lessons from the past, especially if they were difficult ones. You're seeing something clearly with the solar calm. Yeah, meditation helps. Turn down the noise of the outer world and listen with clarity to the knowing within. Let go of the details of the story and feel the call to spirit, to connection, and to the interconnectedness of all existence. Yeah. There was something else here about patterns, Sagittarius, especially in terms of like relationships, like certain patterns that you might fall into in relationship dynamics, right? Like especially because trauma bonds do fall into certain patterns that we become codependent on, right? Like that's how it's feeling. So there's something like that coming through where it's like I feel like you're healing that, or you're actively shifting into a new pattern, a new way of being that's healed and healthy is how it's feeling, like a relationship dynamic wise. That's how it's coming through. Okay, I'm going to read the Jupiter card. The scenario requires you to be expansive and forgiving, which is also your Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Yeah. Engage in abundant optimism. Get the word out through generosity. Give abundantly, and goodwill comes back to you. Invest in education, publication, and broadcasting. Just be careful that your generosity is actually helping the recipient, not enabling or burdening them. Ask what would really help. Interesting. So the challenge is Jupiter can bring too much of a good thing or leave people feeling overwhelmed. Watch out for magical thinking and a Pollyanna avoidance of problems. The gift is give and you shall receive. Jupiter calls you to expand your worldview, so reach out and feel at one with the whole universe. Okay. Sagittarius. The clarify solar calm energy is one where it's like turning down the noise on something. Maybe there's been a situation that's been causing, or like maybe there's been a certain period of time maybe that was sort of very activating, or there was a lot of energy, and like this is now time to sort of integrate and receive and listen. Perhaps there's some sort of expansion that you were considering or that you're moving towards, and it's time to sort of like collect the data. It doesn't feel like it's time to push forward on something. Okay, Sagittarius. Is the energy flowing well for you right now? Inspiration and power. So these are energies that are working really well for you. I love seeing this power card because it's about having power over yourself, right? And not giving away your power to something that is going to drain you or take from you or whatever it is. Interesting. That's working really well for you right now, Sagittarius. Power within yourself. As you align with your sovereign power as a creator being, you call back in all of those distorted stories and clear them. You can now welcome power in its true state, a resounding, cohesive roar. Yeah. Power rings clearly from your body when you create your world from the sovereign essence of your being. There's no need for dominance or submission. We can caretake one another and the earth is equals. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so what's sticking out to me in that description is like calling back your power. And there's something interesting happening where it's like, as you call back your power, it's like you receive distorted stories about yourself or about a situation or whatever. And it's like clearing the distorted stories that you're receiving so that they don't have power over you anymore. That's how it's coming through. So it could be within relationship. It does feel very strongly like you're integrating some sort of knowledge or understanding or clarifying stories from the past that are no longer serving you. Okay, the inspiration, parietal. To do anything with inspiration, to move it from the etheric to the physical, it must be embodied. The role of the parietal bone is to integrate what it means to be moved, understanding divine inspiration not as something separate from the self, but as something integral to it. To move with inspiration means you cannot hold it too tightly. When you restrict this flow of energy, you restrict others as well. You stagnate in identity, repress your dreaming self, and place expectations around what you are creating. When you hold the impetus of conscious creation tightly, it cannot do what it's meant to do. This creative portal is a channel to the flow of the divine energy, beings, and inspiration that are here to guide your co-creative life. Inspiration desires to move from your head to your heart and attune how you receive and give. It needs to drop from your heart to your pelvis and align how you activate your purpose and receive support. Let inspiration move through you so it can move your life in the direction of your dreams. Okay, So it kind of feels like you're receiving energy, because the parietal is up here. You're receiving energies from above, especially with this Jupiter energy. It is feeling kind of like inspiration to move in a particular direction, or like having new ideas, or just having an abundance of energy to work with. You're receiving a lot is how it's coming through. Maybe there is something that's inspiring you, like some sort of new whatever that's inspiring you to move in a particular way. But there's something here where it's like, in that process where it's like you're receiving something, it's almost like the inspiration hits a block somewhere. And the block is showing you the trauma bond is actually how it's coming through, because it's like you receive all these ideas, but it gets stuck somewhere. Like it encounters a block somewhere. And that perhaps that's showing you where there's like something that needs to heal, or some sort of story or narrative that's not serving you anymore, or whatever it is. So I feel like you're in the process of like looking at the block, what's blocking you, and then shifting and changing out of that. Okay, where's there potential for breakthrough for Sagittarius? You may be thinking about something a lot. It does kind of feel like weighing your options, Sagittarius, in something. There may be a choice that feels really difficult to make for whatever reason. That's what I mean by block. It's like you're feeling, maybe there's something where it's like you're receiving inspiration or guidance or whatever to do something, but following through with that action feels difficult for whatever reason. It could be tied to guilt and shame, right? Like that kind of thing, like feeling guilty about doing something, or feeling like it's considering the other person more than it's considering yourself. That's how it's coming through. Like, if you don't do this thing for this other person, like you may feel guilty about that, or you may feel like it's gonna be really burdensome on the other person, or whatever. It's kind of coming through like that. So just being conscious of that, Sagittarius. Where is there potential for breakthrough for Sagittarius? Did one flip? Yes. Allowing. Allowing, the mandible. This is a card, and you have informing at the bottom of the deck, the left orbital socket. The allowing card is about allowing yourself to be the truest version of who you are. A river that is allowed to flow naturally. It creates its own boundaries, which change and morph as the seasons shift and the years pass. Your motivations are like that river. They have a path they want to follow, and in the grand scheme of you, there is no problem with this. If you're currently controlling instead of allowing, know this: there is wisdom in opening the dam gently with discernment, titrating your energetic response until you can look at the wild coursing rivers of flow in your life and marvel at their beauty and genius. How could you ever think to control something so perfect? Okay. Yeah, Sagittarius, it feels kind of like there's something here where it's like, maybe you're controlling a bit too much your like motivations or your desires or something like that. Perhaps, and there is something of like a block here. But it feels like one where it's like you're controlling your own desires for whatever reason. So this card talks about like gently allowing something to flow. I feel like it's in it towards the direction of what you want to be moving towards and what would be really abundant and happy and healthy for you, or like really beneficial to you. Like it's almost like you're restricting yourself from moving in that direction for whatever reason. And so perhaps you're working with that. I feel like the guidance here is to like gently, it doesn't have to be all at once, but to gently allow yourself to move to in the direction that feels good to you. That feels good to you. Okay. Yeah, the Singer of Healing. The Singer of Healing, Sagittarius, for sure. You are absolutely in this process of healing. But what's interesting about this card is that it includes like body, mind, and spirit, right? Like in order to heal something fully, all three of those aspects have to be aligned, body, mind, and spirit. So it kind of feels like that's what's happening for you. There's like something where it's like there's an alignment or an integration of all those different aspects of your life, the body, mind, spirit aspects. But I'm going to read or glance at this description to see if there's anything in there that wants to come through. More usually, the singer speaks of both giving and receiving, because we cannot truly and freely give without receiving as well. Healing is something that flows through us, not from us, and as such, we are inevitably affected by its passage. Okay. Very interesting, because there's that energy of flow again. It's almost like you're receiving healing from above, or from, like, it's wanting to flow through you. This healing energy, but it's almost like you're encountering a block somewhere. Like, perhaps it has something to do with, like, the throat chakra with the mandible. Like, it's like you're receiving healing, but it gets stuck here. Like, maybe there's something where it's like the expression part of it is difficult. Like, it's like you're not allowing your healing to be expressed outward, because it feels kind of like you are receiving healing, Sagittarius, but at the same time, it wants to flow through you so that the healing also can help and benefit others around you. That's how it's coming through. So I feel like you're in the process of clearing whatever that block is. It feels kind of like it's throat chakra related. Could also be solar plexus though as well. Like, perhaps there's some sort of action that you need to take. It doesn't necessarily have to do with like speaking or words. It could have to do with expression in general, like something that you need to express, some sort of action that you need to take. But the healing wants to flow through you. Healing that is given and also received. Penelope Dreamweaver. This is another card about inspiration, right? That's such a beautiful combination for you today, Sagittarius. Because I feel like there's something here where it's like you're receiving inspiration to do something. Maybe there's been a situation that's been like, so it could be that there was maybe a block in your inspiration. So it could have been something where it's like for a period of time you weren't feeling inspired by anything, or like you weren't seeing beauty in things. Penelope Dreamweaver is the muse. Seek visions and inspiration. Be aware that they are often subtle and require close attention. Fantasies, dreams, and daydreams are all places an inspiration fairy can contact us, but she can also pop up unannounced in the midst of the most ordinary of activities. Pay special attention to unsought inspirations at this time. They have something wonderful to offer you, but it is up to you to catch them and bring them into reality. Okay. Inspiration, magical dreams, and vision. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you're receiving a lot of inspirations at this time, Sagittarius, so be aware of it. Like, but it may come at like really mundane moments, right? When you're driving, when you're taking a shower, when you're whatever, doing the dishes or cleaning or whatever. It's like you receive an idea and trust that idea or inspiration or vision because you are tapped into that at the moment. It's kind of like you're like, because Jupiter is your sign. I believe it's still in Gemini, which is very interesting. So the inspiration may also come through like interactions with strangers, right? Like that kind of thing. Yeah, like interactions with strangers is how it's coming through. It's like maybe you have you have a conversation with a stranger and it's like they say something that's like inspiration or a new idea or something like that. Okay, can I get one more card for Sagittarius? I love this card. This is probably one of my favorite cards in this deck. The Singer of Transfiguration. It's the Phoenix, but it talks about jackpot and success, that any sort of hardship that you've been going through, you're overcoming that. You've gone through the difficult challenge, you're reaping the rewards of some sort of hardship, and you're planning for the future. That's how it's coming through. Success. That's what this card talks about. Like, it's like overcoming hardship. And I feel like there's something really important here about like expressing that. It's wanting to come through as like the throat chakra. I feel like there's something about like expressing or even like showing other people that you've overcome something or like telling other people that you've overcome something. That's part of the reward is how it's feeling. I feel like you've been dealing with sort of like a difficult, maybe you've been dealing with something difficult, but you haven't been sharing it with other people. There is a block somewhere. But it kind of feels like it's like self-imposed, Sagittarius. Like maybe you've been like controlling yourself or restricting yourself in moving in a direction that you really want to be is how it's coming through, or in a direction that would be really healing for you. And it's like it's perhaps time to like start moving towards that. I keep hearing a but. Like there's like a but there. But what? I don't know. I don't know. That's up to you. What's holding you back from that? I keep hearing guilt and shame. The Raven's head. This is a call. Yeah, initiation, the ordeal, the work begins. This card indicates something has occurred to initiate the spinning of the alchemical wheel. Things are about to change on every level. The Raven's work cannot be undone, just as the pill cannot be unswallowed, or the pearl turned back to sand. You are ready, and the moment is now. Can you go back to the way things were? Can you pretend nothing has changed? The Raven caws a clear no. It does not apologize, as it knows your destiny is great. Okay, Sagittarius. You're being called towards some sort of initiation where You can't go back to the old, right? Like something new is on the horizon for you, where it feels like this success, jackpot energy, everything that you hoped for and waited for and worked towards. And you're receiving inspiration about what that is. Okay, I'm gonna get one more card for you. There was a reading I did for Sagittarius maybe like a month or two ago. Okay, I'm not going to get another card. A month or two ago, that was called something like this opportunity was made for you. I'll link it above. Because it kind of feels like it's something like that. But in that reading, it was kind of like this opportunity was made for you, but it's not the right time yet. So it's like you got to build up to it. That's what that reading was about. This reading almost feels like the answer to that. It's time now, Sagittarius. It's time for you to like say yes to whatever this opportunity is and move towards it. Unblock yourself. That's how it's coming through. Like, let go of the control is how it's coming through. Okay, I'm going to pull one card from the Animal Apothecary just to end it. Let go, bury. Yeah. Yes, okay. You're in the process of letting something go is how it's coming through. A scorpion fly is the first on the scene when there is a corpse. When scorpion fly appears in your reading, it is a sign that there is something outmoded that no longer serves you. When we hold on to something that has died, we cannot return the energy it once had. Instead, it takes on a different kind of life. Maggots begin to lay eggs, the bacteria take over the decomposing process, and new life has a rancid smell. What thing or belief are you holding on to that no longer fulfills your purpose? What do you need to let go of and finally bury in the dirt? When we give a proper burial and goodbye to what no longer serves us, it allows the natural process of decomposition to happen. It is through this letting go that something unexpected and beautiful can germinate. In burying what does not serve you, you create space for something more profound to grow. You become stronger by weeding through what is no longer contributing to your growth. Scorpion fly's medicine shares that a new development is waiting to blossom, but you must first sacrifice and bury the unneeded that is taking up space. Trash the old and outdated. Yeah, Sagittarius. That's the process you're going through right now. Is like, it feels kind of like you're assessing all of these different energies and letting go of what's not serving you, because it's making space for something new. And what this new thing is inspiration, right? That's how it's feeling. Really beautiful. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, Sagittarius. Inspiration and abundance is what's coming through. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.